First, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
The last few months have been very emotional, tough.
A shred of hope long after a deadly crash. The arrest that one woman says brings her family closer to justice for the sister she lost. Plus, the first license for a psilocybin testing lab has been handed out. We'll look at what that means for future use of the drug. Good morning. Thank you for starting your Saturday with us. Today is April 22nd. I'm Deborah Gill, and Fox 12 meteorologist Katie Suniga is here with your first alert forecast. Morning, Katie.
Good morning. It's a little dreary out at the coast right now. I love these foggy mornings, Deb. It's cool. You see that boat coming in. I love that. So much fun. I kind of want to watch the boat come in. And we also have some drizzles happening all around the region. In fact, on the way in, I didn't necessarily need my wipers quite a bit, but I definitely needed to wipe every once in a while. What we're looking at today is the start to the morning like this, with a chance for some drizzles for us off and on throughout the day. So you might not need a rain jacket. You might not definitely need an umbrella. We are going to be mainly dry, but we do have a chance for those showers returning later tonight, and a chance of that being right around 10 o'clock or so, and we'll time that out for you. For the most part today, look at mainly dry and temperatures a bit warmer than we've seen, and we do have a silver lining for sun and warmth on our 7-day. We'll look at that here together in a few minutes. Deb?
Thank you, Katie. Just into the newsroom, Portland police say one man is dead after a shooting in the Cully neighborhood. Police rushed to a report of a shooting at about 2 this morning in an apartment on Northeast Killingsworth Street near Northeast Cully Boulevard. Officers found a man dead. They are investigating and no arrests have been made. As we learn more, we will update you on air and online at kptv.com. A Vancouver man is in the Clark County Jail this morning waiting to be moved to Multnomah County. He now faces charges in a crash that killed a woman in North Portland in December. Fox 12's Chandler Watkins spoke to the woman's sister about feeling there will be justice for the family.
She says it's been very emotional, but now she, the family, and friends have some sense of justice after months of not knowing if someone was going to be held accountable.
She was my go-to person.
It's been 4 months since Sasha Elliott was killed in a deadly crash on Northeast Columbia Boulevard, a painful loss to her family.
The last few months have been very emotional, tough.
Destiny Elliott says her sister was driving west when she was hit by a speeding car going the opposite direction. Portland police say in all, 3 vehicles were involved. Others involved in the crash survived, one being taken to the hospital. Not soon after, family and friends made a memorial near where the crash happened. This week, they got an update from authorities. 44-year-old Richard Hunter Jr. was arrested in Washington this week. He's been charged with manslaughter in connection to the deadly crash.
I feel very emotional because knowing that this is going to go further than what we expected in a way, because I didn't feel like we were going to get justice served.
Elliott says they wanted to do something about the crashes that happen on Northeast Columbia. They reached out to the city and got traffic radars put up.
It has happened, not only for this side, but also the other side as well, to get people to slow down here, because it's been more than one death here on Columbia Boulevard. We're also trying to see if we can maybe adopt this area right here and maybe get something in memory of Sasha.
Hunter Jr. is currently being held in the Clark County Jail. He's awaiting extradition to Multnomah County. A court date has not been set at this time. In Northwest Portland, Chandler Watkins, Fox 12 Oregon.
One person is recovering in the hospital this morning after being shot while inside a car. It happened at about 7 Friday night on Highway 26 near Cornelius Pass Road. Washington County deputies say an adult inside the car was hit by gunfire. They are not yet saying if it was a man or a woman or if the injured person was the driver or a passenger. Deputies say no arrests have been made. We'll bring you updates as we learn more. Oregon's Child Welfare Division needs your help to find 16-year-old Amelia Patterson. Patterson is a missing foster child believed to be in extreme danger. She was last seen on April 18th, maybe in Northeast Portland or anywhere in the Tri-County area, which includes Multnomah, Washington, and Clackamas counties. If you see her, you are asked to call 911 or local law enforcement. Clark County Public Health has a new warning about a recent surge in ER visits, all due to opioid overdoses. And most of them are believed to be linked to fentanyl. The county says data from the State Department of Health shows that between Saturday, April 15th and Tuesday, April 18th, 10 people between 18 to 72 years old visited the ER for suspected opioid overdoses. Thankfully, none of them were deadly. Most of the patients were given naloxone, an opioid overdose reversal drug. Health experts say fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine. It's often added to other drugs, so drug users don't even know they're taking it. The Supreme Court has preserved access to the abortion medication mifepristone, rejecting lower courts' restrictions while a lawsuit is pending. The justices granted emergency requests from the Biden administration and Danco Laboratories, the maker of the drug. They are appealing a ruling by a Texas judge that would reverse the FDA's approval of mifepristone. The Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals announced it will start hearing the case on May 17th. Both sides will have the chance to appeal, but a decision from the Supreme Court could be a while. The High Court breaks for the summer and won't hear cases again until October. As the appeals play out, the drug will continue to be available to those who need it. The City of Portland and the Police Association just agreed on a policy regarding officer body cameras. The city released the actual policy, and now we're hearing from the police union's president on the details. The new policy states if a PPB officer uses deadly force or someone dies in their custody, within 2 days they are to sit down for an interview with an internal affairs investigator for a recorded interview about what happened. And this happens before the officer has seen their own footage. The internal affairs investigator also isn't allowed to view the footage prior to this first recorded interview. After the interview, the internal affairs investigator and the involved officer are allowed to view the body camera footage in separate rooms. Then they reconvene to discuss discrepancies. PPA President Aaron Schmaut says this specific process was the key detail that hung up negotiations for the longest time.
We were very happy with where this landed. This was not a forced agreement. The biggest hurdle from my perspective was just getting to a place where we fully understood the city's position and found a plateau we could land on.
For officers involved in non-lethal use of force incidents, the policy says they are allowed to review their body camera footage when writing their reports after they've given a statement at the scene to a supervisor. The Portland City Council is set to vote on this agreement next Wednesday. After that, Central Precinct officers and Focused Intervention Team officers will be outfitted with body cams over the next 2 months. The Oregon Department of Forestry is not renewing its firefighting insurance policy. The state forester just announced that the department's policy with Lloyd's of London, which they've had for 50 years, will not be renewed. The state says longer, more complex and costlier fire seasons have led to higher premiums and deductibles. The state forester says for this fire season, the deductible was raised to $78 million, which is 57% higher than the previous year's policy. They say Oregon's fire season costs would not meet the threshold for the additional coverage. State officials say this will not impact the season's firefighting efforts. Westland police are asking for your help to find whoever broke into 50 cars and 2 homes just this week. Police say the break-ins happened throughout the city between Thursday night and Friday morning. Investigators believe a total of 4 people are responsible for all the damage. They're described as young men in their late teens or early 20s. Neighbors we spoke with, many of whom have security cameras, say their footage shows 4 people wearing hoodies, masks, and gloves.
It's just a feeling of it. There's somebody strange that got, without your permission, to get in your own stuff. This is a weird feeling.
Westland police say if you can help identify the people, to give them a call. New this morning, the first full lab license has been issued to a local company for the testing of psilocybin products. The license was given to Rose City Laboratories in Portland, and now the lab can start full testing services for things like potency. As the first licensed testing lab in Oregon, Rose City will be able to make sure psilocybin products are not just effective, but safe. The state already has licensed therapists, and licensing this lab brings Oregon one step closer to being able to administer psilocybin therapy. Time is 6:09. Meteorologist Katie Suniga is here now with your first alert weather forecast.
All right, another beautiful Oregon coast.
It is beautiful. I'm like you. I like fog.
I do. It's made things a little drizzly, and we're expecting that this morning.
Drippy fog.
Drippy fog. That's exactly right. That's a good meteorological term. Drippy fog this morning. As we progress through the day, it will mix out, and we will eventually get to a day which is similar to yesterday, just a little warmer and a little more sunshine in the afternoon. This is the valley that I knew and grew up in. Let me tell you, Willamette Valley Vineyard, just beautiful with all that fog. And I mean that. I'm not being cheeky. I love our fog. I think it's beautiful, just about as beautiful as a nice sunny sunset. Here you can see that there is a little activity being picked up there on the radar. Not much is expected during the day today. We should be mainly dry, but we will be adding a little more to that total there. And look where we're at for this month, just over 4.5 inches. And this time last year, we had just a little more than 4.25. But this will turn for us specifically this week because we are winding down after this next week's system comes in to a day full of sunshine, warmth, and summer-like temperatures where we got to more than 5 inches by this time this week last year. Here's what we have today. 7 a.m. you can see just a few clouds. We get into tonight and we start to see those showers just around 9 o'clock. Those pass through. You can see not too much activity, just a few showers. They break up by Sunday morning. Then we have the next round that comes in for us Sunday night, this time bringing a bit of mountain snow, but you'll notice only green here as we move from the Cascades all the way out to the coast. And that's because our snow levels are going up, and they're not just going up, they are going off the chart. We have a ridge of high pressure that is building in, and that's what's bringing us our sunny skies and summer-like temperatures. Look at this. This is the first time we've been in the mid-60s for a while, and that is actually above average by a few degrees. Let's walk through this. We have that chance for the showers from tonight into tomorrow. Then we have a chance for showers from tomorrow into Monday. Then that ridge starts building in, and look what happens. Not only do we have a chance to get into the 70s by the beginning of the week, we actually have a strong chance to make it to get the first 80 by Friday. That's still quite a bit of time to change, so we'll keep you updated and keep a track on that and let you know just how warm we could get as we get closer to that Friday. Deb?
All right, Katie, thank you. AI is expanding quickly, and members of Congress are struggling to keep up. Just ahead on Good Day Oregon, we'll look at the potential dangers of the technology.